Welcome back to another Majin at the Movies, TV edition, where we'll be taking a look at episode 2 of the White House Plumbers. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, welcome! And I do recommend checking out our review of episode 1 just so you can be caught up on the bozo's actions so far. Make sure to subscribe, and let's get started. The characters are essentially the same with the exception of Dita Beard, who this episode primarily follows. So I know I said in the last episode that I will say that throughout the entire series, Dorothy is my favorite character. But Dita, even though she's only in one episode, is a super close second. Dita Beard was a woman that worked for the International Telephone and Telegraph Company, or more commonly known as ITT, and she totally didn't write a memo stating that an ITT subsidiary would be willing to donate $400,000 US, or roughly almost $3 million US in today's terms, to the 1972 Republican Convention if 3 antitrust suits were dropped in favor of the company. She is a foul-mouthed, smoking, drinking, American deal-making woman in Washington when very few women had power at the time. So shout out to Dita Beard, may she be doing some shady dealings in peace. When Dita Beard leaks a memo, it ultimately puts Attorney General John Mitchell in great legal jeopardy. With this second chance presenting itself, it's now up to Dumbo 1 and Dumbo 2 to fix the situation and help get Nixon reelected. Our episode opens on just the most aesthetically yet dramatic sound of a typewriter typing out this episode's main theme. We're introduced to the star of the episode herself, Dita Beard, in which we get our first look at this incredible woman.
Hey! Does commitment have 1 T or 2? Nobody? Ah, fuck it, who cares?
Once the intro rolls, we're shot down to Miami to a popular nightclub and restaurant at the time called The Forge, where Howard and Gordon are about to get a case of the bang slang from their lovely dates.
Hey, Edward. Go on. Tell us a story.
I have to double down on my schmuck comment from last video because these two are just the most cringe men I've ever seen.
Ernesto Guevara. Che fucking Guevara. Che.
Far out.
Do you know who that is?
A musician?
This is when we find out that the prostitutes are going to be used for blackmail against the Democrats during their convention in Miami. I love the amount of shit that everybody gives Gordon because it's so well deserved, especially James McCord.
Can I see some ID?
Jim, just walked out of here 15 minutes ago. You saw me leave.
Did I?
We're introduced to Jed Magruder, who's the campaign chief, as he walks Gordon around the office while they wait for Howard in order to go over their plans to see how they can win this election.
Hey, where's this spook partner of yours?
He'll be popping by from the White House. Don't you worry. He will be here.
Morning, gentlemen.
Howard Hunt, Jeb Magruder.
But of course Howard just has to go the extra mile and be waiting inside Jeb's office to surprise them because he's Mr. Spy Man. Whoever let these two get together literally screwed the pooch. It's like watching the federal version of Dumb and Dumber.
Like the James Bond posters?
Silent. Lethal.
German.
Okay.
We flash forward to later in the evening where Howard and Gordon are on another double date with the wives, but this time it's at the Hunt's Country Club, which leads me to having to double down on Dorothy being my favorite character throughout the series because she is just amazing. Look how petty she is when she roasts the out of Gordon.
You could get us in here?
Well, it is a 2-year wait list.
Dear, I think that's a very kind way of saying we wouldn't get in.
Oh, I got it.
So much for the master race, hey, Gordon.
Touché.
Once seated, Gordon notices St. John and Lisa at the country club and decides to call them over to
Your children?
powwow.
Yes.
Hey!
You ain't too fucking high to go over there right now.
This is exactly how I feel around Lady Maja's family when I'm way too stony baloney.
Hello, Daddy-o.
Some crazy other stuff happens during the dinner, but it's spoil-worthy on both intensity and comedic relief, so check it out yourselves. Flash forward to January 27th, 1972, where it's now time to pitch Project Gemstone to Attorney General John Mitchell. This goes about as horrible as you're probably expecting it to at this point.
While the Democratic Convention is in full swing in Miami, we charter a yacht downstairs in the staterooms. Hookers.
Behind the two-way mirror
Low light, movies, and still cameras.
This scene made me cackle so hard. Jeb's face when he says,
The hookers are German.
No, Celtic Teutonic, like my wife.
Your wife's a hooker?
Jeb.
is just absolutely hysterical. Gordon, of course, blows the entire thing. I don't understand why they didn't just have Howard be the pitchman, but...
4 more years of peace, prosperity, and strength, all for the low, low price of $1 million.
$1 million is a hell of a lot more money than I had in mind.
A lot more.
What about $500,000?
Burn all that.
I will say, though, that the cinematics throughout the series are just phenomenal. It's filled with a bunch of little Easter eggs that I'm noticing as I'm watching again that I didn't notice during my first viewing. Specifically the shot where Gordon is on the rooftop burning all of Project Gemstone's posters, but the only one that we see him burning is Project Opal, and spoiler alert, that being the one that they go with is pretty cool. I found that to be like a cool little shot, Easter egg thing. Bang bang.
Oh, may I see some ID?
James is so goddamn petty. But at the same time, Gordon is just an absolute crazy person, so I wouldn't mess with him too hard, as we see just a couple moments later.
What can I do to help?
You want to help? Go kill Jack Anderson.
Roger that.
Wait, where is Gordon?
He left.
Where'd he go?
They say he's off to kill Jack Anderson.
Oh, shit. Here. Are you going to shoot Jack Anderson?
When I get an order, I execute it, Jeb.
I was joking, you crazy bastard. I want to talk to you upstairs.
I am no joke. You touch me again, and I will kill you.
I absolutely love the dysfunctionality of the hunts. It only gets better the more the storyline progresses and things completely just keep going south.
Open the store right now!
Yeah.
I'm not yelling.
Yelling doesn't help anything.
Is Lisa gonna be
Go back in your room!
Don't yell at him! Lisa, open this store right now or I'm gonna break it down!
Howard!
John Dean makes another appearance and decides to give the boys one last chance to prove themselves, as this Dita Beard memo situation just keeps escalating and getting out of control. Now we get to see Dita Beard in all of her glory, and I already feel spiritually attached to her because of the way she answers the door.
Who the fuck are you?
It's the exact same way that I react when I hear a noise downstairs and me and Lady Maj are upstairs or I'm home alone. I wish I can show you the entirety of Gordon visiting Dita at her home, but there's just so much to it that there's so many great parts, so I'm going to make a little montage and we're going to play that.
And I am an attorney.
Bullshit. You look like one of them Manson family freaks. My fair-haired fucker over there. He's spreading rumors that Jack Anderson and I are homosexuals.
But first I have to show you one of the most unsettling and uncomfortable things throughout the entire series.
Do you have any, medical conditions?
I'm a very physical woman, George. Hiking, camping, snowmobiling.
Okay, back to the montage.
Do I look like a lesbian?
Cancer in the family.
I wish.
You could go to jail.
Thanks for the pick-me-up, fella. I am in some goddamn pickle.
With all the shady dealings that happen in this show, I can't tell if John Dean is being sincere when he says this.
I feel the need to say this again, Howard. For the record, I am not even suggesting that you do anything.
But of course, Howard takes it as a do-whatever-you-want card.
Roger that.
Decides to go visit Dita in the hospital anyways. I will say he does do a lot of smooth talking here, and I do agree with some of the stuff he says here, especially this.
I have worked in countries across the globe. I've met presidents, kings, dictators, and they all desperately need one thing to keep them in power. Money.
But then he loses me right after he says this.
And family always comes first.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want from me?
Well, how about for once you make us feel like we matter more than your stupid job or the stupid White House. That you give a damn about your family.
Dita comes through, man, yo. Somebody give this woman a fucking Oscar.
No, that is a goddamn forgery. That is not even my signature.
Mrs. Beard, may I remind you, you are under oath.
I was not even in the office. Oh, God. Oh, honey.
Mrs. Beard?
Listen up, everyone out!
Oh, help. Help me.
Once Howard gets back, we're so graciously given another look into the Hunt family home. As the family is playing Scrabble, they ask Howard if he wants to join in which he does, but then freaks out once he realizes that rules aren't going to be involved.
We're just playing for fun.
We're not keeping score.
What's the point of playing a game with no rules, right? Then it's just anarchy.
Actually, Papa, this is anarchy! Fucking college education.
Okay, maybe it was his daughter that freaked out, but there was no need for him to be like that.
That was unacceptable.
I agree.
Yeah, I think she means you, Howard. The next day, Howard and Gordon show up to the office and are greeted with a standing ovation for their work in the Dita Beard situation.
Bravo, gentlemen. Fantastic. Bravo. Have a seat right there.
Even from John Mitchell himself, who notifies them that Project Gemstone has been approved.
Great work on helping Ms. Beard get her facts straight.
Our pleasure, sir.
Oh, by the way, Project Gemstone has been approved.
It's not until finalizing the details with Magruder that they realize that only Project Opal has been approved out of all of the gemstones. This doesn't sit right with Howard and Gordon because they really care about the other operatives that were going to be a part of this mission.
Those hookers were looking forward to it.
The episode ends with another great one-liner from the Cubans while they finalize the plans with Howard and Gordon as they overlook the Watergate complex.
We are going to do great things for this country.
Can I ask a question? I said it. Which one is the Watergate?
Right there. Right there. That's it.
No sabía. I know, bro. It's my first time here.
That's going to do it for this episode 2 review of the White House Plumbers. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm hoping you're enjoying these reviews as much as I'm enjoying the show. Make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on below so you never miss a new video. Comment your favorite part of the show or recommend another show or movie you'd like to see us review. Until next time, I love you, stay safe, and I'll see you later.
It's a night.